Fire away.
Hey Nick, what's impressed you most about Miles Sanders' season so far?
I just think he's running hard. I think he's seeing the field well. I think he's protecting the football. I think he's blocking well. I just think, his pass protection's even greatly improved from last year. So he's just playing good all-around football. I don't think there's any in particular thing. I really believe that all parts of his game have continued to improve.
Where are you with Avonte? Where are you guys with Avonte in this game?
Yeah, it's not looking like he's going to go. Obviously, we'll give you the report later today, but it's not looking like he's going to go for this game.
Do you think he's going to be up
Yeah,
there?
we're thinking that he'll be his replacement.
Nick, after the Thursday win, you flipped the ball, one of the game balls, to Jeffrey Lurie. Can you talk a little bit about your time around the league and how things are different here than maybe other places you've been?
Yeah, I think this is the best organization I've ever been at, and to me it's not particularly close. It's just, he does everything and anything to give us resources that we need to be able to do our jobs. And when you're in a profession where the parity is so tight amongst the 32 teams, I mean, that's what makes the NFL great. There's great parity. Every little detail matters. And so he's not, he gives us every resource we need to be able to do our jobs. And, whether that's a great facility that we have, whether that's, the equipment that we have, the whatever it is in the training room, if we want to redo something with the hot tubs or the cold tubs. I mean, it's endless, and that's special, and that's unique to this place. And I think it was on full display on Thursday night. I give them a game ball after every win, right? Because obviously those things are important after every win, after every week. But I really thought it was on full display on Thursday night when we were able to have all the resources we needed to get the guys' bodies ready. A guy's body is going to be hard to get a guy's body ready fully on a Thursday game when they just played a Sunday game. We all know that, and we know that the Texans were in the same situation that we were in. But I just feel like everything that and credit to the people that he's hired here too, right? They did a great job, but he just. He'll do everything he can do to help us win, and I'm just grateful to have an owner like that. And it's special. It's really special. And so I thought that was fitting to flip him a game ball, and he snagged it out of the air really well. I thought that was impressive as well. Yeah.
Nick, I'm curious the backstory of putting the player's name on the screen when they make a mistake, because I've heard from vets saying it's the first they've seen of that. You bring it here. Where did you learn it? Why is that important to you? And what's the effect of it?
Yeah, I just always thought, how many different ways can we correct the guys when the mistakes, when they have a mistake? Obviously we are going to visually correct it and verbally correct it, and then I want them to see it too, right? And see it, visually they see it, the play, but visually see their number on there. And we're not only putting up bad things there. Sometimes, underneath there, you can't, sometimes underneath there's great block here or whatever, the name of the block or whatever we're saying is in there. And I just thought it was just another way to get the corrections. Now, you can't, when you're watching tape, we pick plays, right? So as we watch tape with the offense, I'll pick plays to show them, right? We can't always watch that's why we have position coaches because they watch the tape too. So, I want them to see it if I'm not in there correcting that particular play as well. It just goes to our accountability thing, right? And that's all it is. And, and coaches' names go up there too. It's not, I don't want to say my name's up there plenty, right? Shane's name's up there. Gannon's name's up there. And it's just another form of accountability where you say, hey, guys say, hey, that's my fault. And that's what it is. Right. And no one's ever done that I've been around, to be quite honest with you. Obviously we've done, you make your corrections in there. I just thought it was another form of getting the corrections done. And then I hear what some guys say about it. I think somebody sent me something that Zach Ertz said, and he said, I don't know. I didn't want my name to be up there though. I didn't want my name to be up there, so I did everything I could not to have it up there. And I remember Quentin Nelson said something similar to that. And it just when you hear those things, it's just a great reminder of just stick to what to what you believe is true and what you believe is right and to do, and that's a form of accountability.
You guys have run a lot of quarterback sneaks this year with some success, even as teams have started to really sell out to try and stop that play. I guess what's gone into that, and how much confidence does it give you on those 4th and shorts when you really need a yard that you guys have been able to run that play so well?
Yeah, you build confidence through any play that you have. One, through preparation and practice, and then 2, for how you succeed in the game with it, right? And so it's just I've said to you guys before, it's not a blind faith thing. It's like, yeah, we got confidence in because you're succeeding in it. So. I think that goes down to who's playing those positions with Jalen and with Jason. They're not real big secret to it. Those guys are Jason and Isaac and Landon and Lane and Jordan and Jalen and whoever else was contributing to it. Not a big secret. Those guys are just muscling their way through and getting it done because that's who they are as players. And so you lean on your players in situations like that, and they're going out and getting it done.
Does it give you that they have been able to do it like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, you get confidence when that happens. You get confidence and you feel good about calling the play. And so that's conviction's a big time thing when you're calling and planning plays, and they give us conviction to do that.
Last one, folks. A little over a year ago, you delivered your messaging was about the roots, and obviously you got some.
Is this because I said Rube was the best writer? Are you trying to get a dig in on me?
No, I'm actually
I'm kidding.
wondering if you've actually referenced that, because now we've seen a year later much different at this stage.
I don't think you ever go back and say I told you so. It's not something that you ever. That's not. I don't think that's you just keep going through, and it's still what you're doing. It's still that you're trying to grow, and you're trying to every single day. So that's still the message. But I don't think you ever go back and say that. But you again, same thing. You get conviction and you get. Confidence that your daily process, right, the way you go about your business daily is you're seeing results from it. Now we're results aware, but process driven, and we will talk about that all the time because we know if we continue to stick to the process, good things will happen. And so I think it's just an example of hey, good things are happening when you're doing things the right way, when you got the right people in the building.
Last one.
Yeah.
Jerry Longman again from the New York Times.
Yeah, New York
Given
Times.
Your closeness to Brian Dable, would you mind sharing some things that maybe he told you about Jalen when you came in?
I remember him saying just how focused and how big of a student of the game he was, and how much he enjoyed coaching him. I remember talking to him about that. I met Jalen at the combine with Brian. Actually, we were walking, and the players are doing interviews and they're walking around there, and I happened to be walking with Brian, up in those suites in Indianapolis, and we walked by Jalen, and that where I really talked to him about Jalen a lot was right there. After we met, Brian introduced me to Jalen. We talked for a minute, and all of us talked for a minute, and then he went off. And then I remember, Brian, what he said about Jalen after that, just all those things I just said, how good, how much of a student of the game he was, all the things that I'm seeing now, right? And so Brian was right on with that. Now, Brian's not texting me anymore hey, this is what we did with Jalen. We're obviously enemies now, so. But I do remember that moment at the combine where we met, and then the good things that Brian Dable said about Jalen afterwards.
Did he give you a story about how devoted he is to the game, or focused when he's?
I don't know. I honestly don't remember that. But yeah, But I do remember how convicted he was about what he felt about Jalen.
Cameras, we can shut those on.